Hey y'all, welcome back for part 2 where I'll show you this slay. Don't forget to subscribe and yeah, keep on watching. Very first thing I'm going to do is cleanse her skin. I'm using 91% alcohol on a towel and just getting rid of excess oil before I put the wig on her head. So as you can see, it's very snug. I'm just going to make sure the back is secured with that comb, and I'm just going to pull the wig up on her forehead. And to install the wig today, I'm using my Got To Be spray. That's the only thing we're using. And you're going to see exactly how I put it on. So I'm just going to start by spraying it straight on top of the lace. I'm going to have her hold the lace down while I comb it back and blow dry it on cool. So while applying the wig, I do like to switch my blow dryer between like warm and cool. Cool is most comforting for the client, but like the warm makes it dry the fastest. So once I've gotten it pretty tacked down, I'm gonna go in and cut about 4 slits in the lace. And then I'm going to trim the excess lace off by using a zigzag pattern. And you'll see me on the side here. I like for my lace to have a lot of like grooves and curves. So what I'm gonna do is take up directly on my finger, and I'm going to place that right where there's ashy or cast, and this works perfectly to melt the lace back into the skin. You cannot get away with this if you use the gel in combination with the spray, but if you use the spray only on your fingers, it will not create any ashiness.
What? That's Jonathan and Megan, by the way. Just had to do that. Just that girl told me I look like Megan Stan. Oh.
So all I'm doing here is just securing the rest of the hairline using spray, combination of my fingers, some of the rat tail comb, and then I'm blow drying on cool once again before I go ahead and lay the scarf over her edges. Okay, y'all, so I'm giving you natural hair realness. That hairline is bomb. Scalp, straight scalp. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my hair scarf. You can use an elastic band, you can use an actual satin wrap, whatever you have on hand to lay the edges. And I'm gonna move on to the beat. So first thing I'm going to do is go in with a little bit of facial spray by Mario Badescu. This is the cucumber and aloe spray. And then I'm going to go straight into my primer. I am using Fenty today. Fenty is very nice. It creates a great smooth canvas. She's got beautiful skin, so I didn't need to do much, but this primer is my favorite. Then we're going in with brows. She's got a lot of brow hair, so very easy to fill in, very natural everyday brow. I'm using the shade Bangin' Brunette. So to clean up the brow, I'm using my LA Girl Pro concealers. I used Fawn and Beautiful Bronze. I used Fawn on the underneath or bottom portion of her brow just to give her a little bit of highlight. And then I used that more flesh tone color Beautiful Bronze to outline the top. Once I've got all the concealer around her brows, I'll go in and blend it out. I'm using this brush that I picked up from my local beauty supply store. It's by this company called More US, and it is part of their Gold Crush collection. This is the number 305 brush, and this brush is absolutely bomb. I would rave about it, but I want you to go check it out for yourself. So it's very similar to the Instapop brushes in the shape. It's got that angle to it, so easily blends out everything, and it's truly bomb. Okay, it's super affordable. So to create the blank canvas on our eye, I'm just using that same concealer in the shade Fawn on that brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply that over the whole eyelid. We're setting with our I Am Magic powder from Juvia's Place in the shade Kalahari, and then I'm gonna set that concealer with a large fluff brush that I picked up from this company called My Makeup. I think I got it off of eBay some time ago, and I'm just gonna lightly dust that over that base to go ahead and set it. I'm coming from my ColourPop palette today. I'm using Revenge as her first transitional shade on a M501 brush. Once we've got that blended down, I'll move on to my second transitional shade from the palette. This is called Thick, and you can probably guess what brush I'm using just by looking at it. It is a Morphe M506, and I'm going to use that to place the color on top of the first transition shade and lightly blend that in towards the brow bone. For this last shade, I'm taking Culture on a M575, again by Morphe, and I'm going to place that at the top of the brow bone or top of the transitional shades just to go ahead and further create that nice transition. So to add a little bit more depth to the eye, I'm going to take this chocolate brown color from a Morphe 25B palette on a Sigma E55 to go ahead and put that on the outer V of the eye. Once it's on in the shape that I like, I'll go back in with the brushes that I've used previously and go ahead and blend out any hard lines. Before adding her lid colors, I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape in Tan Sand and this Anastasia number 3 brush just to go ahead and create a little bit of lid space. So going back into the ColourPop palette, I'm going to use the shades Strut and Slay and Spill the Tea on her lid space. I'm going to use Strut and Slay first, which is like a rosy goldish copper tone. And then I'm going to further blend that out with the Spill the Tea shade on the back side of that same brush. Now we're going to move on to liner. I'm using my NYC liquid liner to go ahead and create a small wing. Going with a little bit of mascara to coat the bottom and top lashes. I'm using my L'Oreal Voluminous and Carbon Black. And then I'm going to go in and apply lashes off camera. So going back in on the struggle bust, I'm using a gel liner to line her lash line, and then I'm going to go in with foundation. I'm using my Milani and NARS foundations just to give me a little range and undertone. So I use New Caledonia, and I probably butchered that name, but the NARS Radiant Creamy foundation. And then I use my Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation and the number 14 Golden Coffee. I'm using this angled foundation brush to go ahead and blend that out. Using my Juvia's Place concealer in the number 13, I'm going to go in with that first to use as a highlight shade. And on top of that, I'm going to add just a little bit more of that Tarte Shape Tape to brighten a little bit further under her eyes. Once I've blended a majority of the concealer down, I'll go in with a damp sponge to go ahead and further melt that into her skin. And then I'm going to use that same damp sponge to set the concealer using that I Am Magic powder in the shade Kalahari. To go in with the color under the lash line, I'm going to use shade on that same E55 brush by Sigma. And once I've gotten it placed underneath the lash line, I'll go in with a little bit of Revenge on that Morphe M506 just to further blend that out. We're going to go in and slim the face down with a bit of bronzer. This is my Shea Moisture bronzer, and I'm using an angled Ruby Kisses brush. And then I'm going to go in next with my blush and highlight, which I didn't show that on camera, but I'll show you the shades that I use. I use both of them from the Juvia's Place palette. Then go back in and mist the face once again using that same spray I used at the very beginning of the tutorial. And I'm going with the lips after this. I'm going to use my ColourPop and Makeup Shayla pencil in BFF4. Then I'm going to go on top of that with some NYX like soft matte lip cream in Abu Dhabi. And on top of that, I'm going to use this Ruby Kisses liquid lipstick in the shade Honey Bunny. I'm going to go in and add a little bit of baby hair onto her edges or her frontal. You'll see that. And then I'm going to go in also and finish up the wig by just adding some more curls because they had all fallen, and this video was actually filmed probably like a week after I had made her wig. So I'm gonna go in and refresh the curls, and that will be the end of the tutorial. So I want to say thank you again for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to share, like the video, leave your comments down below. Any feedback is always welcomed. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And I will see you guys on the next tutorial. So enjoy the rest of the video. Bye.